What's going on, everyone? I'm jamming to Elvis Costello right now, going through some more of my CDs, which still don't have a lot of them out, but got a handful of choices. We got anywhere from the Bengals. Now, these are mostly 80s, so you 80s kids know about these. Men at Work, Billy Joel, REO Speedwagon, Cheap Trick. There's a joke in there somewhere. Tom Petty, Counting Crows, Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, The Pet Shop Boys, Stone Cold, Stone Temple Pilots, sorry. Billy Idol, AC/DC, Billy Joel, what else? Smash Mouth, Chicago. If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Yes, said I was gonna sport the bandana. I got the bandana on. All right, I'm gonna move this table out to my truck just so I can get it out of the way, and then figure out what I'm gonna do with where I'm gonna put this display case. So, all right, let's get this weekend started. All right, so this lady came in and she poked her head in. She goes, I'm looking for some directions. I was like, come on in, let me see what I can do. And she asked about a place over by Walmart, and I told her how to get there. And she just started talking about food. And apparently not understanding who she's talking about in front of, because this lady started talking about the way she cooks and all the things that she cooks. I guess she learned from her grandmother. And she was describing some of the things that she used to like to cook. I think even her husband or now boyfriend, I don't know. Anyway, she's tired of cooking. Was it Hamburger Helper or something? She goes, that's all he wants. I'm so sick of it. She goes, I won't cook anymore. So she wanted to go eat. Anyway. So she's talking about all this stuff and talking about how she doesn't want to cook anymore, and then starts talking about all the things that she cooked. And I was like, my stomach was, and I'm like, And she got done talking, and I said, hey, have you ever had chocolate gravy? And it kind of ended the conversation. She was like, no. I was like, I was raised on chocolate gravy. Now, some of y'all, have you heard it now? Some of you watching, you've had chocolate gravy with me. My mama made this chocolate gravy. It is exactly what it sounds like. Chocolate gravy. If you like chocolate, you'll love chocolate gravy. You make it the same way. So if you did a whole thing of Hershey's chocolate syrup, just squeeze it in, mix it up. You like chocolate pudding? The day after? Ooh, you put whatever's left of the chocolate gravy, and you put it in the refrigerator, and the next morning you get up, get a spoon, get a little bit. It's so good. I'm not playing with you. Okay, I need my phone. Mama, you gotta make me some chocolate gravy. Well, I wish I had my camera going. We literally had an armadillo just walk right past here and go around the corner. I hadn't seen armadillos since Texas. I didn't know Jasper had them. Armadillo. Giant roly-poly, right? What do you mean don't know what a roly-poly is? Come on. All right, that is it for the day. I'm about to close up. What happened today? Well, we had an armadillo walking around the parking lot today. It was so random. It was so weird. And then I had the lady talking to me about her food and all the food. Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, baby Jesus. There's a car pulling up. It's 5 till 4. Looks like I'll be open longer. See you tomorrow. Sometimes things just don't work out. For the beginning of this video, some reason that got in my head Saturday Night Live back when it was funny. Well, it wasn't that, yeah, it was still funny during this time. Where the guy looks in the mirror. I think his name was Stewart. And he looks in the mirror and he goes, I'm special. I'm good enough, and doggone it, people like me. You remember that? Well, I just did a video to do an open for this. And I finished it. I had the reflection in the mirror, the whole thing, like he used to do. And I watched it. It was creepy. It didn't turn. It didn't turn out anything what I thought. So this is the open to the video, because you're not going to see that. It was scary. It was stupid scary. What is going on, everyone? It is Saturday. We finally have weather where it's not raining. Looks a little cold out, but it's not raining, which is very nice. So come on out, see me Everything on Main in Jasper, Georgia. Even if it's to challenge me. Checker King right here. Because it's Star Wars, I just always love when I get to sell Star Wars merch. Sold some the action figures. Oh, that was horrible. You know, when I talk Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I'm old school. I'm 80s, baby. Come on now. I've already said this in a video. Dad took me to see the original Star Wars in 1970. Was it 78? 77? Can't remember. Anyway, I was 6 or 7 years old when he took me. I wish he was around for me to ask, like, what did you think? I don't think I ever asked what he thought of Star Wars. He probably wasn't, really he wasn't a movie fan. So he probably just taken there so his youngest kid can have a moment that he'll always remember. And I do. Man, I do. Star Wars. In case you're wondering, Twinkies. All right, a couple of quick things. To the lady that just left, she bought Matchbox cars. She made my day. She walked through the door. She looked around. I greeted her like I greet everyone. And she smiled and said, the name intrigued me. I told her, thank you. That meant a lot. Thank you for telling us that. There was actually a lot of work done on the name to make sure we got that right. So that means a lot to me to hear. That was awesome. And then, also, I just want to let you know, of course, I hadn't been on the internet in quite a long time. I enjoyed my break from it. But I am now on, because of the store, obviously, I'm on Facebook and YouTube, and that's it. That's enough for me. But I am starting to get messages and DMs. Is that what they call it? You crazy kids. All I kept hearing is slide into my DMs, and that's a bad thing. No one is sliding into my DMs if my DMs are my personal little emails. Anyway, I'm catching those as fast as I can, just because I'm getting used to being conscious about it. So if it takes more than an hour to answer, I apologize for that. So just stick with me. I'm getting there. I'm getting back in the internet mode. Oh boy, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful. I put more albums out. I got Steve Martin, got Village People. All right, so the other day I was telling some bad 80s jokes. I got a good laugh out of them. A couple of y'all did too. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do, some more jokes or something? And I was like, no, come on, think about some of the stories, man. You got a lot of good stories in your life. So I started thinking about stories, and I started, funny stories. I started thinking about funny stories, and I kept thinking about a lot of different things, and then one just stuck out in my head, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna tell this story. So here you go. This is a true story. I used to live in Barnesville, Georgia, which is a small, I don't know how small it is now, just because I think what's the college out there? Oh, I forgot the name of the college out there. Anyway, when I was there, it was like this. And now I think it's a big college. And anyway, that's not the point. So I lived there with one of my cousins. I call him a cousin. He was just one of my best friends back in the day. And we lived on a farm, like, I don't know, 33 acres, something like that. And I had just gone through a lot of different things and moved out to the farm and just fell in love with it. It was awesome. It was amazing. Met a lot of new people. I never went to college, but I would go to classes. Gordon College, that's it. I would go into the classes and sit. And when I got bored, I'd get up and leave. I don't think you can do that nowadays, but back in my days, I was able to do that. Anyway, I knew some of the teachers. It was kind of fun. So when you are working on a farm and you have all these animals, I'm talking cows, horses, peacocks, chickens, you name it. We had tons of animals out there. We decided one day to go cow tipping. Now, most of you know what cow tipping is. If you don't, pause, look it up, unpause. So here we go out in our field, and all the cows were back toward the back. So I don't know how many of us there were. We're sneaking through the fields real quiet, and getting closer and closer to the cows. And one thing happened, which I don't remember, but it spooked like the horses and everything. And the whole pasture that we were sneaking up on over this little ridge came alive. And we started hearing, and we looked, and over this, all the cows and horses were coming our way, spooked, running our way. So we all turned and just started running back, to jump over to the fence because it was a stampede. Well, we had the big containers that we put the hay in, throw the hay in, the cows, eat around it. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to make it to the fence. So I'm going to run, jump in this round bend of hay and just lay there, and hopefully they'll all pass me and I'll get through. Everything's okay. So here I am. I'm running, jump, boom. I'm laying there, being quiet, and I hear all the cows, everyone. And all of a sudden, I start going, ow, ow, ah. I got up. I jumped out of that. I started running I was passing cows. I was throwing my shirt off. I had landed in a fire ant bed. Landed in them. They were all over my clothes. I was taking my clothes off. I ended up in my underwear with red bites all over my body. So I don't know why I thought I wanted to tell you that. If you go cow tipping, don't jump in the hay container. Run. Just run. Trust me. All right. Got another story for you. I don't know. I was never a concert guy. I just don't like concerts. I don't like people bumping into me. I don't like crowded areas. I've been to 2 concerts my whole life. And I should have just stuck with the first one because it was funny and it was done. And I never have to tell the story I'm about to tell you. But because I went to the second concert, I got to tell you the story. Anyway, the first concert I was talked into because it was none other than Hootie and the Blowfish. And I forgot who I was with. The people I was with were like, it's a cool, calm crowd. No one's going to be bumping into you. They're not going to be spilling beer on you. They're not going to be cursing. They're not going to be screaming. And I went, and I think I enjoyed it. I don't know. I think we were like way back in the back. I can't remember. Very, very long time ago. Anyway, that was my concert story. The only concert I ever went to. So there was a time in my life where I was into Rob Zombie, his films and his music and everything. I have since passed that. But I had a buddy of mine that liked him too, Rob Zombie, and he was actually, this is when I was working at Turner Broadcasting, and Rob Zombie was doing some horror film TV show for TCM, I believe. Anyway, while he was filming or doing something like that, I think it was the pilot or something, I don't know. Anyway, we were able to get tickets to go to see him. He was playing, I don't know, somewhere downtown. I don't remember all this stuff, but I do remember what I'm about to tell you. So anyway, and I have a t-shirt still. I've got a concert t-shirt that I don't think I've been able to put on for years. after this, I gained weight. Anyway, so we go to the concert, and it was crowded. It was like the stuff I didn't want, but I knew we were going to have a good time. My buddy and I were going to have a good time. It was Butch, actually. I believe it was Butch. Yeah, it was Butch. So anyway, we go to the concert, and I see that they are in a corner, which was a large corner of this room. They were doing like a mosh pit. I had seen mosh pits. I'd never been in a mosh pit. Didn't plan on getting in a mosh pit. So I'm walking. I was up top, and I go down to get a little bit closer just to watch these people like jump into each other and everything. It was so goofy. Anyway, one thing led to another, and yours truly ended up in the mosh pit. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, mosh pit, if that's the correct word. Basically, everyone is in a circle, and there's a bunch of people in that circle that are dancing and bouncing off each other. And anyway, I was in there for like 5.2 seconds, and I was like, done, mistake. So I went to get out, and I didn't realize, or at least this is my experience, that you can't just walk out of a mosh pit. Like I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done. And I turned, and when I went, I just remember people pushing me back into the mosh pit, and I was like, not cool. So I kind of dance around. I go to the other side and try to get through, and they push me. And I'm starting to realize now I can't get out of it. How am I a guy that can't stand all this? How am I going to get out of this? Now, I'm going to tell you what I did. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not really proud of it. And it was a long, long time ago. I'm 50-something now. I was in my 20s. It was a long time ago. So I decided the only way to get out of a mosh pit is to let the person know who is in my way that I want out. So I start dancing like everyone. You know what happened? Pop! Hit this guy. He spins. When he spins to go down, I kind of like spin on his back and walk away out of the mosh pit. He never knew who it was. Now I'm going to get someone walking in here saying, hey, that was me. It wasn't you. If it was, I'm sorry, it's a long time ago. Don't hurt me. Stupid. Oh, boy, the things we did when we were younger. Hey, do you remember Teen Wolf, the original Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox? Remember he got on the car and surfed? That was one of my biggest crazy things I did when I was younger. I got on top of it. Now, don't try this at home. Don't. Don't. But I got on. I think I got up to like 35 miles an hour. Teen Wolf almost killed me. All right, everyone, that's it for this video. I figured I'd end it with a joke. Are you ready for this? All right, here we go. Who's there?